That's right. That's right. That's right. Minnesota Vikings back in action Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. I love Nashville, man. Like Nashville. All right, so Nashville is simultaneously overrated, but also simultaneously underrated, right? So obviously Broadway, all the bachelorette and bachelor parties and blah, 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 like the touristy stuff, whatever. But Nashville's really great. It's got some great museums. Vanderbilt University is also there. They got the Parthenon. Barbecue, obviously, is nice. It's nice. Also, so Tennessee, mainly, partly Memphis, but mainly Nashville has like the dry rib, right? And it's not dry at all, but it's not wrapped. It's just really good. Plus, they're more loin backs, but barbecue is great. The scene is just great. The music is obviously fantastic. I got a lot of Vikings fans heading down there. My parents-in-law actually headed down. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting because, so I feel like I'm not airing out dirty laundry in that my mother-in-law is like a very vocal backseat or side seat driver, right? And my father-in-law, God bless him, like he's got a long ass drive down to Nashville. Man. Also, funny story about Nashville. So the wife and I were driving to Florida, and it was like February, all right? And there was a freak blizzard in the Nashville, Atlanta, so southeast Tennessee and northern Georgia area. 9-lane highways, right? No one knew how to drive in snow. Now, we here in Minnesota, the great state of Minnesota, whenever there's like a drop of precipitation or a little bit of snow, we're just like, oh, no one knows how to drive in these things. No, those people literally did not know how to drive in those things. Plus, there's only one snowplow in like a 20-county area because they're not used to it. Anyways, but the Vikings look to get to 8-2 against the Titans, and the Titans are 2-7, but they're still a tough ass football team. That defense is pretty damn legit. Callahan's starting to get that offensive line right. So I mean, this is not going to be a gimme. And of course, being a Vikings fan, no game is a gimme. The Vikings could be playing me and a group of 46 Jeromes, and it would still come down to a field goal. I don't know which way, man. But anyways, here are 10 keys for the Vikings to get a win against the Titans on Sunday. Number one, we after that ass, Willie. So that's right. Will Levis and his mayonnaise drinking, backwards banana eating ass. It's like, hey, we are after that. Put him on the ground and all that stuff. So he's got 7 interceptions on the season, 4 fumbles. He's the number 7 pressured quarterback in the NFL. The Vikings, obviously. So Levis, even though he was a rookie last year, effectively is a rookie this year as well. And there's going to be a lot of confusion. Florida's going to throw the kitchen sink at this kid. Number 1 pressure defense in the National Football League. Number 1 blitz team in the league. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Plus, Harrison Smith, the pride of Knoxville, Tennessee native. I feel like Florida's going to dial up some nice for him. And Tyler Johnson Guitar had a really good idea. The Triple Crown. Sack, interception, fumble recovery, or forced fumble. We'll take all of that. We'll take that, man. Next up, number 2, get your mitts on a few balls. So we have to win the turnover battle, and if Darnold insists on just give it away, now we got to take it back. And that's something that Flores has talked about, where they put an emphasis on taking the ball away. And, yeah, sometimes you gamble, but that's okay. Scared money don't make money. But 5 turnovers in the last 2 games. They're leading the NFL in turnovers of the season. Murph has had a pick in 3 straight games. Let's make it 4. As well as we want to see another Beasy turnover Selly. Obviously, we got to have that. Titans are also 30th in the league with 17 turnovers. So feels like a couple are going to come our way. Hopefully. Next up, number 3, a run fits all day. So the Titans, respect. That's not the right graphic. The Titans respect. So with Callahan coming in, he brought his pops Bill, and Bill Callahan is one of the best offensive line minds in recent NFL history. Yeah, big time respect there. And it's been sort of fits and starts. They got a lot of young pieces along this offensive line, but they're really starting to gel a bit, and they can run the ball. right? So, and Tony Pollard is looking to get back healthy. Tajay Spears is back from a brief injury as well, so they can run the football, and that's exactly what they want to do. Even though the Vikings defense is legit, one of the best run defenses in the National Football League, thanks to Harrison Phillips and company up front. Plus, you got Cashman and Pace patrol in the middle. It's going to be tough for Tennessee, but that's exactly what they want to do. Where, hey, if they could wear out this front seven, I mean, it's exactly what we talk about all the time. What's the best way to slow down a great pass rush? Run at them, right? So that's exactly what they're going to want to do, because I don't think that they want to expose Will Levis and put him in some bad spots. So I think that running the ball, playing some heavier personnel, trying to find a personnel mismatch could make sense for the Titans, so the Vikings do have to shut that down. Also, if and when the Vikings get up by a couple of scores and they have to go throw, it's going to be yum time for the Vikings. Number 4, Ridley, believe it or not. So Calvin Ridley, he seems like a bit of an afterthought, right? But he got his money, signed a big-time free agent contract, switching AFC South allegiances from Jacksonville to the Tennessee Titans. And this season, 32 catches, 483 yards, 3 touchdowns on 68 targets. He is their best bet for a weapon in the aerial game. And multiple quarterbacks and not a great offense, but Ridley has thrived, and he is going to be public enemy number 1. So it's going to be a big-time test for Gilly and Murph and company. Next up, number 5. Darnold pulls his head out of his arse. And if you've seen Darnold's head, that's going to be painful, right? But 5 interceptions, 2 games, basically 6 if that ass and one didn't get wiped out, but unacceptable. And the Titans actually have the number 1 passing defense in the National Football League. Now, part of that is game flow, because let's be honest, the Titans have been drummed out of a couple of games, and teams just run on them to run out the clock, right? But respect. Harold Landry got 5 sacks. Arden Key are looking to get healthy. He's got 4 sacks. The pride of LSU. Tavondre Sweat all up in that middle. I still love Tavondre Sweat, man. Obviously, it wouldn't have worked. I don't think he would have fit in with the culture, but it would. And also, of course, Jeffery Simmons. Jeffery Simmons is a bad dude. I want him so bad. Maybe next year. Who knows, man? But Darnold's got to get things together, and basically comes down to number 6. Take what's there, right? And the Titans primarily play cover 3, but they could see what the Jaguars did with the split safeties cover 2, and just play, hey, you are not going to beat us deep. Just take what's there, run the ball, throw underneath, and just go from there. Because otherwise, it could be another long day. And I wish we had a safer veteran backup quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, I wish we had. Don't say Flacco. That's a really bad example. I wish we had a Chase Daniel type backup quarterback where Nick Mullins. Hey, if you give Nick Mullins a chance to touch that field, he's just gonna throw the 9 route. Just, hey, all 4 verts, go. So I don't know, but Darnold has to take care of the football, because all of these things that he's done the last couple of games, you can't have that. And against better teams, you're going to get beat. And I'm not saying that the Titans are world beaters, but they're a National Football League team, and anything can happen on Sunday. And plus, if you give them chances after chances after chances, they got a shot. Like the Jaguars game, right? Jaguars 2-8, but 3-7 doesn't matter. But the fact that Darnold kept giving them the ball and taking points off the Vikings scoreboard, that's how it was a 1-score game, and Jacksonville had the ball at the end with a chance to win. They didn't do it, but they still had a chance. And that all comes down to Darnold and the offense. Number 7, 12 personnel, the poop out of them. And that's something that we've talked about a lot, where 12 personnel, I think that should be the identity of the Vikings offense, where you got the best of both worlds. You can run out of it, you can throw out of it with Oliver and Hockenson, and also you keep Jefferson and Addison on the field, with Aaron Jones, right? So you're going to have mismatches all over the place, and I think that is going to be the way to really stress this defense, where, the Titans, like fantasy points-wise, allowed to tight ends are pretty good, except I think that's more about the caliber of tight ends that they face, but really what it is, like, hey, do I like Hockenson or Josh Oliver in the open field against a Kenneth Murray or a Mike Brown or even a Monty Hooker, even though respect there? Yes. Like, I will take those matchups in the middle of the field all damn day, especially if and when that defense is stretched and elongated because of their attention paid to Justin Jefferson. So I like that underneath all day long, and 12 personnel will get you there. Number 8, Jeffery Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is a bad dude. Jeffrey Simmons is to the Titans defense what Justin Jefferson is to the Vikings offense. I truly believe that. I have a ton of respect for his game. He's a great all-around defensive tackle, and you know what's going to happen. He is going to be lined up, shade off of Bradbury, right in between him and Ed Ingram, all day long until the Vikings stop it. That's exactly what the Titans should be doing. But 22 pressures, 3 sacks, also missed a game too, and he's going to be a problem. Like everywhere 98 goes, the Vikings need to have an eye on him and just go from there. Next up, number nine, close in the red zone. And that's been so frigging frustrating. And it's not just the interceptions, but it's also the interceptions, right? But the Titans' red zone defense is 26th in the NFL, 64.3%. Vikings' red zone offense is only 19th, which is something that's got to improve. So closing in the red zone. Also, the Vikings only have 4 rushing touchdowns. You know that? It's odd. But get it fixed. Punch it in the end zone. Don't turn the ball over and get 6 over 3. Lastly, number 10. Speaking of 3, special teams stay special. So John Parker-Romo, respect. Love the 4 for 4. It would be ideal if he's kicking point afters. If you catch my drift. Also, Ryan Wright doing some decent stuff as well. Did shank 1 punt, but whatever. Holding, he did really well. And McQuaid snapping. Hopefully everyone is settled in because you do need that, right? And punt coverage. Punt coverage has actually been pretty damn good last couple of weeks, and the Titans are in the bottom in terms of special teams rankings, both in coverage as well as return. So the Vikings, Brandon Powell, might also be able to spring one. Which, hey, remember before the start of the season, we were everyone and their mom was talking about how the kick return was going to revolutionize the game. It's boring. I almost want to go back to the old kickoff. Anyways, doesn't matter, but. The holy triumvirate of special teams hopefully stays good to go, and no missteps there and no lost yardage, and we'll just go from there. Final score prediction. I want to say that the Vikings finally get their heads out of their respective arses, right? And Darnold, like we see in the heights, like slinging Sam Darnold when he's not forcing the issue, when Kevin O'Connell's in a groove play calling. This can be the best offense in the National Football League. And the Titans, respect. They're fighting the good fight. They have a good defense. They can run the ball. They can do a lot of things. But I feel like this is finally the game where the Vikings get going. Like, this could be a pretty damn good beatdown. Not going to predict it like the Jaguars one. But I think this is a spot where the Flores defense basically wins this game for the 3rd week in a row, but the offense also shows up, which is kind of nice. I think offensively they put up points. I think Hawkinson gets in the end zone. I think Aaron Jones and Cam Akers do some good things on the ground. I think Jefferson gets his because I don't think that they will just sit in a cover 2 shell all damn day long. Also, L'Jarius Sneed being out certainly helps things, so I think Jefferson gets his. Darnold, I think, plays a clean game. Offensive line has clean sheets, and defensively they get after that ass. Let's talk about like 5-6 sacks. I think Harrison Smith has a monster game as well. Give me the Vikings 26, Titans 12. Remember the Titans, right? 4 field goals. We'll take that. But that is it. Vikings Titans preview. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts. What's your final score prediction? What are your keys for victory? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.